All right, so everybody can hear me, right? So in this training, I'm going to basically give you guys, again, some tools and strategies that you can use on social media. One of the things that a lot of people like to say is that, how do I work social media? And how can social media work for me, right? And then when people say that they don't have, guys, whoever just jumped on, please mute yourselves. For somebody that says I don't have leads, how do I connect with people? Hopefully this is going to kind of guide you guys in the right direction. So let me just share my screen. One second. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. All right, so I'm going to actually give you guys a quick poll right here. All right, guys, answer that question. Let me know what you guys are doing. So the first question is, do you have a business Facebook page? Next question is, do you have a business IG account? So for the most part, everybody answered number 2. I'm going to give you guys a couple more seconds. Because the answers are still coming in. Guys, we are running a poll right now on the meeting. So if you can, select the answers for question 1 and question 2. All right, I'm going to go ahead and just end it. 71% of you guys responded back, and I'm actually going to share with you guys the results on this. 52% of you guys said that you have a business Facebook page. 48% of you guys said that you do not. And 64% of you guys said that you do have an IG business account. And 36% of you guys actually said no. That is a big discrepancy. All right. So let's basically go through it, and I'll kind of give you guys some ideas on why it's important. If you guys are promoting yourselves as a professional, why are you not having a business page? Give me a second. These people keep coming in late. You need to create a Facebook business page. It gives you so much added tools. Now, listen, a lot of people are going to basically say that I don't want to run my personal and my business together. And look, your preference on that is up to you guys. At the end of the day, you're going to now have to grow your business in regards to your personal. If it's up to me, I would basically tell you, add them all together, because your personal is the ones that you want to basically mix in with your business. Now, if you guys are running a fitness company, or you guys are running whatever, Monet or any of these crazy companies out there that people are promoting on social media, I would say do not mix them together, but your personal should be mixed in with your business and your real estate, because you want to be able to interact with those individuals. You need to change the accounts from your IG and your Facebook to be able to get a business account, right? On IG, you can actually link them together so you can cross post, meaning that what I post on Instagram, I can cross post and add it to my Facebook, right? So it's going to be handy for you guys in regards to that. If you need help on how to create it, it's very easy. You go on Facebook and create a business page, and you can cross post into your personal page. On IG, your IG account is basically going to be a business account. So it's going to be basically related to you or real estate or whatever you're doing. Okay. One second. All right. So the reason as to why you want to change it into a business account is you want to be efficient on your channels of communication. You want to be able to capture the analytics in regards to who's looking at your post, What's the age group that's looking at your post? What time are they actually looking at your post? What days of the week are the busiest for people looking at your account? Guys, those analytics are huge, and it's also good for advertising and stuff like that. So you want to be able to know the traffic that's happening on your site. One of the other things is basically your call to action. For myself, if you guys see me on the WhatsApp chat, I actually have you first, which is my team name. But on Facebook, social media, they can actually WhatsApp me and send me messages direct through my business account, which is extremely helpful. You want to be able to reach more people when you have a business account. It goes into the Google Analytics as well. And you can also do post scheduling, right? So these are all benefits that you get from the business account that you don't get on a personal account. So guys, if you don't have it, you need to switch to business accounts. All right. Now, I'm going to give you guys another poll because I'm interested in knowing. So a lot of the questions that has been happening recently also is, how do I schedule my post? Right. Most of you guys know there's a lot of companies out there and apps and online supports and stuff that can basically schedule your post automatically. So I schedule my post automatically 2 weeks in advance. I can do a month in advance. And I think is extremely helpful because while I'm visiting clients and prospecting and cold calling and doing everything that I'm doing, I can still be able to have my social media be working for me during that. So I'm going to give you guys a poll that I want you guys to do. The first question is, do you use an online company to schedule your posts on social media? Just answer yes, answer no. Your second question is that service free or do you actually pay for it? So I'm going to give you guys a couple seconds to respond to that. Come on, guys. I got 40% of you guys that are answering. Keep going. I'll give it another 15 seconds, guys. Respond to the 2 questions that's there so I can help you guys out. All right, so there's a big discrepancy on you guys, and I'm gonna show it now. I'm gonna end the poll. And I'm gonna share the results with you guys. You use an online company to schedule your posts. It can be anything that you guys are using. You guys are saying no, 80%. 20% of you guys are saying yes. Now, is the service free or do you pay? Now, 80% of you guys said you don't use it, but then 87% of you guys said it's free, I guess because you're not paying for anything. But you guys, 13% of you guys say that you guys are actually paying for something to actually do it for you. All right. So hopefully we'll touch base on that, and I'll give you guys some free tools that you can use that would actually be doing it for you. You don't have to spend any money. So let me go back and share the presentation. All right. So on the business accounts, you'll see that you'll be easier to find. People will be a lot easier to find you when you're actually have the business account. It goes to your Google Analytics that we basically spoke about in your post scheduling. So don't forget about that. Now, what you want to guys, what you guys want to write down is Facebook Creator Studio. And we'll touch a little bit on that. So we'll talk a little bit about that in a second. One of the things that you guys want to do about real estate and on your business page is you want, a lot of people post strictly real estate. And I think that is the biggest mistake that anybody can actually do. Nobody cares about your real estate stuff, right? It's just basically to show that you're busy, but people want to connect with you on a personal level. So you want to be able to provide different tools, different information to be able to get engagement. If you guys are familiar with Facebook, IG, and everything else, everything is based off of algorithm. Your stories on Facebook and Instagram has its own separate algorithms. Your post has its own separate algorithms. So you guys need to understand that you got to be able to engage with the people you're followings through those sources. So you want to be able to provide real estate information, advice and tips, valuable information about the market, experiences that you've actually had. You want to be able to engage with people on your post. You can do home design, decors. You can do a whole bunch of stuff that you can actually be posting on your social media platforms. Local events, businesses, promote businesses. Why not? Especially now during COVID. And you want to be able to promote, obviously, your success stories that you're having in real estate. If you only post real estate, real estate, real estate, real estate, and hey, just sold, guys, people are going to start, is just like politics. They're going to start swiping and they're not going to care about what you're actually posting. So, yes, you want to post that, but you also want the engagement side of it as well. All right. So, what do I mean by that is my Wi-Fi is a little slow here. These are sources that you guys can get information. If you want to know about the economy, if you want to know about housing and mortgage industry, if you want to know about the real estate, if you want to know about the real estate industry, the housing trends, there's a whole bunch of sites out there, guys, that would be able to give you guys some insight and stuff to actually talk or post about. There's companies out there online that would actually create the post for you, and you just have to basically promote it or share their information. But there's a lot of information out there for you guys to put yourself out there as the expert. All right. Just make sure, take a screenshot, whatever you want to do off of that. But those are basically industrial real estate information that you will need to, again, become the expert in your profession. Now, when we talk about real estate and all the tips on what you guys can actually do and post, you want to be able to mix it up. So real estate, as an example, I always look at listings, open houses, neighborhood information, depending if you guys are farming or anything like that. New developments, new constructions. You want to talk about new high rises that are coming up. Whatever it is, you want to be able to talk about different things that pertain to real estate, right? The local lifestyles, right? Upcoming local events, things like that. That's your real estate category that you can actually be choosing from. Advice and tips. Well, what kind of advice and tips do we actually provide? Well, you're the expert, right? So talk about the market updates. Talk about what's happening now with the market in regards to buying, in regards to selling tips, homeowner tips. You want to be able to analyze the housing market. Guys, make a post, make a video, whatever it is, be the professional to be able to provide content to the people that are interested in knowing about what you have to say. Again, it's real estate related, but you're touching different parts of their understanding and their learning when they're actually listening to you, right? We are basically, people learn through listening, auditory, and kinesthetic, right? So through those forms is what you're going to be basically communicating through them through your social media platforms. Let me let this person in. All right. Valuable information, guys. Again, this is just giving you guys some examples of what you guys can be posting about. Blogs, videos about articles about real estate. If you read an article or you read a stat of real estate, guys, write a paragraph and post it on social media. You want to be able to provide value information in regards to like the reports and guides. You want to do some giveaway, right? Recommendations for referrals for a plumber, for a restaurant, for a movie, for a book, anything that, again, gets you engagement, right? Market updates you want to offer to help people, right? During the holidays, I actually make it available and I try to help people put up Christmas lights, right? Any event that happens, I always try to partake in the community and I put it out there on social media. I do it on several platforms, but that, guys, that's what you guys should be doing, right? Again, not always about real estate, right? Be an interesting person that people want to listen to, right? Be valuable for people in regards to like what you can provide. And again, it doesn't always have to be about real estate. Share your experiences. You want to be able to post things about yourself. What makes you different than somebody else, right? your client success stories, your typical real estate life. I know most of you guys actually do it. You guys go to showings and you guys are always posting stuff that you guys are in showings, but you want to be able to express that. You want to be able to show your personality, show things that you're actually doing, your hobbies, certain things that interest you guys. Because again, guys, you don't want to be all about real estate. If you have a dog, you have a cat, you have a fish, whatever it is, get that engagement on social media because that is what you're going to need. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Guys, one of the pet peeve that I have with real estate agents, and I know obviously we're all in this together, but one of the pet peeves that I have is when somebody posts something about real estate and they just sold something and they say, hey, I got it sold in one day. I got $10,000 from my client. Guys, honestly, nobody cares about that. Okay. You want to be able to share experiences that people can relate to. If somebody's going to sell and they have a situation where that now they're trying to find another home, explain your story on their story, right? Don't just say, hey, got it sold, got him a house, right? You're just being a typical real estate agent. You want to be able to share the experience with other individuals. You want to be able to share the story that, you know what, this family, she was pregnant. Her main concern was that, you know, we had to be able to sell their house to upgrade to a bigger home. But the concern was obviously the way that the market is. I'm happy to say we were able to help them out. We did this, we did that, and we were able to get them their home within 45 days, whatever the scenario is. But guys, create a story. People love stories. Why? Because I can relate to it. But when we start talking about like what I can do and I'm the best person and I'm the best this, it's a turnoff to a lot of individuals, us outside of the real estate game. So when you do that, share the stories, right? There's always going to be a desire for somebody that's buying or selling, right? Tell them something that they want. Tell them what the problem was, what the obstacle was, right? If there was a bigger problem in that scenario, how did you meet them? Were they referred to you, right? Did they find you online? Did they find you online, right? Whatever the scenario is, guys, create that story. That's a timeline that you guys have right there to be able to create the story on video or on content on your Facebook or IG. What did you do? And what was a happy ending and the solution to everything, right? So again, just some tips on how you guys can express yourselves on social media. Man, this Wi-Fi is slow. Sorry, guys. All right. Now, obviously, when you guys are posting all of this, the magical question is, well, how many times do I actually do this? Right. And I can probably tell you that no one has the right answer because Facebook, Instagram, and a whole bunch of other platforms are always changing their analytics. But the most common one right now is basically on your Facebook page. It should be about 3 to 4 times a week. Your Instagram, it's a little bit, it's a regular account aside from your business page. You would probably say about 4 to 5 times a week, right? Because you got a lot more interaction in there. Your LinkedIn profile is basically 1 a month. And other social media platforms, Pinterest and a whole bunch of other ones, at your discretion, right? It depends on the interest level that they have on those platforms. But this is basically telling you that you should post 3 to 4 times a week on your business page on Facebook and probably about 3/4 of the week on your IG. Some people out there would tell you 1 post a day and multiple stories throughout the day. Right. So again, that's just basically the most common that's out there right now in regards to, you know, the activity of posts that you guys are actually doing on your social media platforms. You guys should create a calendar and you guys should basically break it down into categories: real estate, advanced and tips, valuable information, and your experiences. And create a calendar and say, okay, this day I'm posting this day I'm posting this day I'm posting this. This is just a sample to kind of give you guys an idea. Once you guys are able to do that, then you guys basically go into Facebook Creator Studio, and you can go there. And once you create your accounts, you can go there, and basically on the top, it's going to have an Instagram and a Facebook icon. You go there and schedule your post. You can do everything. You can do stories. You can schedule your post. I do mines every 2 weeks in advance. Sometimes I do the entire month, depending how busy I am. But I basically cross post, and I do Instagram and Facebook, and I schedule everything out. I don't even know that right now I have a post coming out on my IG, and I'm busy doing this Zoom meeting with you guys. I'm busy seeing a client. And again, I'm still being active on that. And I'll tell you what, it probably takes me 30 minutes to an hour. Not even an hour, but I'll say about 30, exaggerating, an hour to post 2 weeks in advance. So guys, if you spend 2 hours the entire month to schedule out your entire month of posts, you guys are ahead of the game. So definitely use the Facebook Marketplace, the Facebook Creator Studio to plan that out. I'm going to touch on the prospecting side of it, right? So now we basically talked about the content, right? What to be able to provide, what to provide your following, right? What type of topics and stuff like that. Now the prospecting, when somebody basically says, I can't get business, how do I go after my spear? How do I connect with the individuals that I actually have on my social media platforms, right? You have LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube. There's a whole bunch of platforms that you guys have, okay? One of the main things I will tell you guys is that we don't utilize our Facebook and Instagram as much as we should. So this is an example on Facebook. I'm actually using one of our agents at Lifestyle, but this is her profile. Now, I can easily connect with somebody via message or a video chat. I can call them from Facebook. If I do not have this person's information and I don't have them on my phone, guys, I can connect with this person through Facebook by a click of a button. And I can do a video chat, or I can just do a regular phone call. If you're not utilizing that, you're missing out on a whole bunch of opportunities. That's crucial. Instagram has the same thing, where you can message people and do that. Facebook has it. Believe it or not, I've gotten plenty of people calling me through Facebook, my friends or people from the business page. So guys, utilize that as much as you can, because that's crucial. If you're trying to connect with people, even if it's old friends, cousins, people that you don't have on your phone book, that is the best way you can connect with somebody and be able to get their information. In this business, you have your pipelines, you have everything, but your main source is your database. If you don't have a database, you don't have a business. If you don't have a database, you can't stay in contact with people. You cannot send them holiday messages, birthday messages. You can't do any of that. So guys, if you don't have a database, you need to start building your database. How do you do that? Easily by going after your social media platforms. And again, how do you do that is through the features that they actually have that's available to you guys on their platforms. So how do we engage into these individuals, right? So I have a question for you, but how have you been? So what does that mean, right? So I can easily write to someone and say, hey, Arlene, how you doing? Hey, it's Mo. Hey, I got a question for you, but first, how have you been? And they're going to respond back to you guys. Oh, I've been great. I've just been crazy. You know, I've been working a lot. You know, my mom had COVID or whatever the scenario is. But again, what are you trying to do? You're trying to engage into a conversation. I'm a firm believer, and I've said it to plenty of people. I say it to my team. We as real estate agents, and this is where we we mess up. We real estate agents think we're the shit, that we're the shit, and things go my way and this and that. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. We have to be more interested in them than trying to be the most interesting person. And when you understand that concept, you're going to understand that you need to stop talking about yourself and start talking about them. You're going to get more out of that than talking about, hey, I'm in real estate and we did this and we did that, because they don't care. So when you learn to be interested in them, then instead of trying to be interesting, you're going to get a lot more in the outcome in anything that you're going to basically do. So you can respond to them like that. You can basically text them, you can call them, and you can say, oh my God, I was just thinking about that time that, man, when we went to that party in college, and we went to Tallahassee and we got all crazy. Oh my God, I was talking to John the other day and he told me this. Guys, try to reach out to somebody and just reminisce. If you have an old friend you haven't spoken to, find one thing that triggers your thought. Man, you know what? That crazy party, or you know what? That time that she actually fell, whatever it is, reach out to them and tell them, I just thought about this and it remembered me and I wanted to reach out to you. How the hell have you been? Guys, you're going to create a conversation. That's what matters. We make money in this business by talking, not by posting beautiful things on social media. If we're not talking to people, we're not making money. All right. So again, we got to be able to engage. I was talking with John and we were actually reminiscing about that time that, remember, we went to the concert or whatever happened. Again, guys, just create that momentum and that purpose of why we're actually trying to reach out. So it's not like, out of the blue type of thing, right? You can also reach out and say, hey, Noel, I need your help, man. But first, how the hell have you been, man? Oh, I've been good. Again, you're going to engage, but I already planted that seed that I need your help. Right. So I hope you guys are kind of capturing how you can actually use social media to be able to prospect for new business. And we'll talk about how we can actually finish that. When you talk to somebody, guys, you guys should be talking about, sorry, let me go back. You guys should be talking about what's called Ford. It's family, occupation, recreation, and their dreams. When you talk to somebody, it's always like, hey, how have you been? Oh, I've been great. I've been this. Okay, cool. Right. But to keep a focused conversation, how's the family? Where do they grow up? Where's the family now? Do they have any children? Focus on certain things that has to do with their family. Occupation. Hey, are you still doing accounting? Right? How long have you been there? What did you do before? Focus on their answers. Have a decent conversation. Again, make sure that you're more interested in them than you trying to be the interesting person. Talk about recreation. What are you guys doing? Hobbies, your passions. Focus on their answers, guys. Communicate. Guys, it's like dating. When you first date with a guy or you date with a girl, what do you guys do? You guys ask questions and you guys have a conversation. Building relationships, it's the same way in business, right? Talk about their dreams, talk about what they want. What are they doing? Somebody's coming in 40 minutes after. Guys, it's an easy process, but understand the system behind it. Ford, family, occupation, recreation, and your dreams. It's a very easy steps. Again, have that engagement with them and make sure you guys are actually communicating. Now, the magical question after that is basically a lot of people like to ask, what the hell do I say afterwards to build my business? Right? There's a lot of things that you guys can do. And I will tell you guys, start writing this down so you guys have an idea, or take a screenshot and copy it later, whatever you guys want to do. But let me just take this out of my way. So you want to be able to ask for referrals or go into my database. So we got time. So when I'm done having a conversation with somebody, I'm going to basically say, listen, it was a pleasure catching up with you. I'd love to do it again. Maybe we can have coffee. I'm going to try to have a closing statement when I'm talking to them. Guys, if it's on Facebook, if it's on a phone call, if it's on a text message, if it's on a Facebook call, WhatsApp, whatever it is, guys, still follow the same process, right? So asking for referrals. I'm going to basically say, hey, John, hey, listen, great catching up with you, man. I'll love to, continue to do so. Maybe we can go get a cup of coffee one day. Hey, when a family member, friend, or a neighbor needs advice about selling, buying, or borrowing money, if they're going to do a refinance, whoever you are, right? Please don't keep me a secret, because you want them to get the best possible results and be delighted with the outcome. I'm sorry, with the best possible result and be delighted that you introduced me, don't you? And you're basically telling them that, hey, if you know somebody, let me know. So guys, when a family member, a friend, or a neighbor needs advice about buying or selling, whichever word you're using, please don't keep me, people are coming in. Please don't keep me a secret, because you want them to get the best possible results and be delighted that you introduced me, don't you? Yeah, absolutely. Perfect. Hey, listen, would I be able to follow up with you in 30 days, see if anybody comes to mind? Again, it's an introduction and an opportunity to follow up with them. At that moment, that person is going to say, you know what, somebody at my job is actually thinking of buying. Or, you know what, hey, my mom is actually thinking of selling her house. And that's going to open the door for asking for referrals. Your next opportunity, which is a very soft approach, is basically saying that you're going to be advertising. Hey, John, listen, great, catching up with you. I know you're busy, so I'll keep it very brief. I have time right now to help a few new clients who want to be able to buy or sell, whichever option you're going to choose, in the next 30 to 90 days. I was actually going to be placing an ad in the paper for asking, for anyone that's actually looking to purchase, sell, whatever scenario you guys are going to use in the next 30 to 90 days. But then I actually thought, before I start dealing with people that I really don't even know, I thought about giving you a call and see if there's anyone that you may have in mind that may need my help. And I'm curious, as you think about it and you think about some of the people who can actually benefit, who's the next person that you believe that would love to own a home, who might be thinking of moving, and you're giving a straight description. Reason why you do that, guys, is because you want them to already trigger. If we're so used to, as realtors, thinking about, hey, anyone who wants to buy or sell, that's real estate language. People don't understand real estate language. You need to be able to tell people specifics, because it triggers something in their head. Hey, do you know somebody that just actually got a raise at their job that's looking to probably upgrade to their home? Hey, do you know anyone that's looking to be a first-time home buyer? Hey, do you know anyone that's looking to downgrade? You know anyone that's looking for an investment property? You want to be able to specifics, because it's going to trigger that person's thought. So basically here you're telling them, hey, before I do an ad and spend money, I wanted to reach out to you to see if you knew anybody that can actually help before I start dealing with somebody that I don't know. And you're going to be able to have an opportunity, guys, to be able to, again, try to get some referrals or try to get a communication with somebody. They might say, you know what, at this time, I don't even know anybody. Hey, John, I appreciate you even thinking about it, man. Hey, listen, if anyone comes up in the next 30 to 60 days, you mind if I follow up with you? Perfect. What did I just do there? I thanked them for thinking about it. And I also got a commitment that I can follow up with him in 30 to 60 days, see if anyone else comes to mind. I'm planting my seeds, guys. And basically same thing. You can you can add them to your database, right? Somebody you haven't spoken to, I don't even have their information. I just have them on social media. I can say, hey, Maria, listen, hey, I love talking to you. It was great catching up with you. Hey, is it crazy for us to actually stay in touch? What do you think they're going to say? No, of course, man, stay in touch. The problem is they don't really know what you're going to say after that. No, go ahead, stay in touch. Awesome. Hey, what's your email? Hey, what's your telephone number? And now you're basically requesting something because they just said that they want you to follow, to stay in touch with them. Right? You can easily go to somebody that's an old friend that you don't have their information. Maybe you updated your phone, whatever the case may be. And you can reach out and say, hey, Frank, hey, listen, man, I know I got you on social media, but I don't have your telephone number. What's your telephone number? Or you can easily say, hey, hey, Frank, Frank, how you doing? Hey, Frank, listen, I know I got your phone on your phone number on my phone, but I don't have your email. Hey, what's your email? I don't ask, can I have your email? I don't ask, hey, do you mind like staying in touch and hey, let me get your email? I don't ask for it, guys. It's very simple. I go through the process. I say, hey, do you mind? Is it crazy enough for us to actually stay in touch? They're going to say no. It's not a problem. Stay in touch, whatever you want to do, because they don't know what you're going to say after that. And then after that, I basically say, hey, look, I know I'm going through my phone book. I have obviously your number on my phone, but I don't have your email. What's your email? Shut up. Don't say nothing. Wait for that response, and they're going to give you an email. You need to be able to build your database. And that's why it's important. If it's not referrals, I got to be able to build my database to be able to stay in touch with the people that care about me, the people that I love, the people that's in my platforms, the people that are close to me on social media. You got to be able to build your database. So I hope that makes sense for everybody. There's some language there if you guys want to copy that, but it's extremely useful if you use it correctly and if you implement it into your system. If you start thinking you can have a conversation and tell people, hey, I'm in real estate and this and that, just go through the process and be able to remember at the end of a conversation, you have to have a goal in mind. What is the goal? Get a referral, build your database, right? Plain and simple. That person may come back and say, well, you know what, Mo, I was actually thinking of probably selling in 30 days. And there you go. You got a lead. Obviously, everybody uses Canva, right? There's a lot of tools you can do. Video cutter. If you guys do videos on your phone and, before you guys are doing this and you guys say something and you want to just cut out, edit your video cutter is a good app. Polish app is good if you guys want to crop yourself out and crop the background or whatever. It's a very good app you guys can use. Creator Studio is the Facebook Creator Studio where you can actually schedule your post, your stories on Instagram and Facebook free of charge as long as you have Facebook business or IG business accounts. It gives you the analytics. It gives you everything that you need to be able to know what's happening with your posts, who's seeing them, advertisings and stuff like that. Here's some free social media tools as well. Paid version Photoshop. You can get Photo P. It's free. Hashtags, content scheduling, video content. You want to do content research, analytics. These are just free tools or free apps that you guys can actually use when you guys are doing things on social media. Hashtags is a big thing for social media, so you may want to look at that. Let me stop sharing my screen. Awesome. Guys, we do have some time, so I am going to basically say, if you guys have any questions, feel free to unmute yourselves. Let me know. I can address whatever you guys have in mind. Anybody? Nobody?
I have a question.
Talk to me.
I'm actually new to the real estate. I started last week.
Whoop, whoop.
So what advice do you give me, as you mentioned, to get clientels, even though you just went over that? But what do you think, as me coming into the company, what expectations should I expect from you guys? Or is there any proper training, or how does it really work?
We have trainings all the time. It just depends. We have trainings on all different topics. For someone that's new getting into the business, I would basically tell you that you need to be able to create your foundation.
Okay.
And go get the business.
Okay.
Your foundation is your social media, your database. Start finding out what are your friends' emails, finding out what is your everybody's phone number. You want to be able to create a database. Look, in any business, if I sell a product, I need to know how many products I have, how many clientels I have, who's buying my products, what margin I'm making. In real estate, there's no inventory.
Right.
So if I come to George and I say, George, I want to buy lifestyle, right? What what do I have as a buyer? I have nothing. The agents can leave when they want. I have no inventory. I'm going to come to George and tell George, what type of business are you running? How many clientels do you have? How many emails do you have? How many people are you staying in contact with? If you tell them that you're transferring the business to me, how many people are going to stick with me because of that? Right? In real estate, it's the same thing as an agent. If you don't have a database to communicate with individuals, it's a hard business. You want to be able to use that to, send happy Hanukkah emails, Christmas emails, Thanksgiving, Halloween, Valentine's Day, whatever it is. You want to be able to stay in communication. If it's a market email, if it's a promotional email, whatever it is, but you want to be able to stay in contact, being top of mind to that person.
Right.
So I would say your social media and your database should be your first foundation. Now, we have a whole bunch of trainings. The board has a whole bunch of trainings. I would basically, and it may not be the right thing to say, but there's a lot of agents that get into this business and they want to know everything. I want to know everything. How do I do this? And how do I do that? And how do I do that? And 3 months later, you know nothing because you have no business. Right. So I would tell you, learn your contracts, learn your paperwork, learn the MLS, go out and get the business and learn as you go.
Okay. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do know the MLS, and I already start doing my showings. I have already experience on that. What I am learning now, it is definitely the contract.
Okay, you got to know your paperwork, right? Your right. As is contract, your listing agreement, because if they ask you questions, you want to know what the hell you're talking about.
Right, of course.
You got to build your social media, because at the end of the day, you got to fake it till you make it. And everybody on social media is a fake, right? They live a happy life, but at the end of the day, when that social media turns off, it's like, oh my God, I'm miserable, right? But you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to show that you're doing real estate, post things. That's why I gave you guys different examples of what to do, to just be the agent that is not all about real estate.
Right.
You want to be different. You want to be people that I can connect with, right? Because people do business with people that they like.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Of course. Anybody else has any questions?
Yes, I have a question.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
Hey, Janet.
Okay, let's name number.
Oh, Brenda, what's that?
I'm probably feeling the same pain as Arlene. I am coming from school administration, which I've been doing for 22 years and getting ready to retire hopefully soon, and trying to build a business in real estate. I spoke to one of the other agents, one of the other trainers, and I started looking at and building my prospects, if you will. Now, what training, because I can go to all the trainings that are posted, or I could view them, but sometimes I go in so deep that I don't know what's going on. Do you suggest certain trainings in order? Like, this was great. This is the beginning of it. Like, after this training, is there another training I should do? Like, there's a new orientation for new realtors. Unfortunately, the morning ones I can't attend. I'm hoping there's an afternoon one. Another training, like buildings, so I understand what's going on.
So look, I would tell you one thing for anybody out there, right? Everybody gets into real estate because of the flexibility, the income. It's a beautiful profession, but we think that we can do it at home. And unfortunately, that's where people mess up. You need to get out of the house and you need to go into the office, right? If you have the ability. If you don't have the ability and you're doing this part-time, when the kids are sleeping, if you have any kids or whatever the scenario may be, go work social media for 2 hours. On the weekends, go work social media, go do some showings, but you have to get yourself out there. If you have the ability to go into the office, you need to go in the office, because the agents in the office are the ones that are working, the ones that are calling people. You can hear what they're doing. You can get any advice. If you're doing something, they can help you. That's always going to be the key thing, right? But I would say in regards to training, the office is a primary. And again, I would say learn your paperwork, your as is, which is actually at 6 o'clock, Rick Garcia as is contract, your listing agreement, the buyer agreement, and what else? There's one more missing off the top of my head. I can't think of it right now, but those are your important ones. Know your paperwork and know the MLS, the basics of the MLS on how to search and do certain things. Other than that, we provide a whole bunch of a lot more stuff. As a new agent, I would tell you, go out and get the business, because without money, we're not being successful, right? If you make no money and I make no money, we're not going to go to the bar and have a good time. But if you're out getting contracts and you're getting deals and getting help within the mentorship program or your branch managers or whatever it is, you're going to start making money, and then we can all have a good time, right? But without making money, we're not happy people. People that say money is not the answer, money doesn't buy happiness. No, but money pays for a lot of the stuff that we need in life. So attend the basic trainings and go out and get the business. Go to your social medias, go door knocking, whatever you have to do, put yourself out there and go out and get some business so you can start making money, start doing Facebook Marketplace. Like there's a lot of things that you guys can do. Just reach out to your branch managers and I'm sure that they can kind of guide you guys in the right direction. Guys, I'm going to do one last poll, but if anybody has a question.
I have a question real quick.
Feel free.
How do I merge my business profile with my already built profile? I'm having trouble doing that.
On IG?
No, Facebook.
So Facebook, you have to have a Facebook personal page.
I do.
And then now you have to go and create a business page.
Okay. And then how do I link them, put them together?
So you can't link Facebook together. But what you do is you have the business page. So anytime you post on the business page, share it to your personal page.
Okay. Is there a way for it to share on its own, or do I have to literally go in and share it?
You have to literally share it into your personal page.
Oh, so it would be easier if I just delete that and create a whole new page.
No, because you still want your page, right? You still want your personal page, right? Because you have people on there. You're just going to create your business page because you need a business page on Facebook, and anything that you post on there that's business related, you want to cross post it into your personal page. So that way, eventually they start seeing, and then they see your business page. They can go and start liking your business page. And every time you post, they'll get updates on that as well.
Okay, because I have two separate personal page, and I want to have one. I want to change one into my into my business.
Yeah. So you don't need two personal Facebook pages. You just need a personal and a business. And guys, people have different accounts, and I get it because you don't want people to know personal lives, or we might be crazy at the bar or whatever the case may be, right? But guys, Facebook has settings. IG has a setting where you can only post to close friends. Facebook settings are a little bit different. They have settings where I can actually post. Like for instance, I post a lot, but I exclude realtors. If I know you're a realtor on my personal page, I mark you as a realtor. So when I post anything, I exclude my realtors out because I don't want you to see any of my marketing stuff. So I can go there and do the same thing. You can create a client list or a coworker list or whatever you're doing, and you can basically post and exclude them out of your post so they never see it.
Okay. So
instead of having like two personals, find a way to merge it and just create certain lists and categorize everyone on the list. So like anytime you're going to post something personal, you don't want people to see it, you can basically exclude them out, but always create that Facebook page.
Okay, that's where I'm having the issue, trying to merge them together. They can't be merged, it looks like.
Not automatically. So you're gonna basically have to go start requesting people or tell people to start requesting that your personal page.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Of course, guys, I have a poll up. If you guys can just respond to the poll. I just want to make sure everything here was useful. Does anyone have any additional questions I can help out with, or anything that they heard today that they have any questions or concerns?
I wanted to know, what
Hi,
about,
Mo.
I don't know if you mentioned it, but what about social media ads?
Okay, what about it?
Do you recommend them? Do you think, they're cost
Of course.
efficient?
Absolutely. So I'm very digital. A lot of people are going to talk to you about EDDMs, and EDDMs are great, but I'm going to spend a lot of money just to hit 1,000 homes.
Mm-hmm.
A Facebook
Yeah.
ad, I can easily spend $200 or less, $50, $100, and I can reach 30,000 people in South Florida. The only problem is that if you don't have a professional or someone that knows what the hell they're doing, you're gonna do it and you're gonna lose money, because there's a lot of analytics, a lot of
Yeah.
retargeting and stuff like that. But I say Facebook ads, Google ads all day long, because I'll get more out of that than I do on my EDDMs. But
Mhm.
again, it just depends on the person. Some people are like EDDM freaks and they love it, but I feel that a Facebook ad I can touch a lot more with less money.
And also, you can hire a company and they would take care of like the posting also. But my biggest concern is in them being able to like really target the audiences correctly. I think that that's like kind of the hardest thing that I've come across, to find people who can really hone in on.
That's where it gets complicated. You have to make sure that you're targeting the right people, make sure you're in compliance with fair housing, and then also retargeting and stuff like that. It is an advanced thing, but if you can find someone or hire someone to do it, I think it's very good.
Yeah, I have, my brother actually does that, so I was considering.
Go after it.
Yeah, and everything you said, I was like, kind of planning on it. So I think the training's been great.
Awesome. I appreciate the feedback. Awesome, guys. Any other questions before I log out and you guys jump into the as-is contract?
I have a quick question.
Talk to me.
And maybe you said it, but I'm not sure. I know when you can link the Instagram to Facebook. So if I post on Instagram, I have it where it goes directly to my Facebook. But is it only that direction, or can I post on Facebook and let it directly go to my Instagram? Do you know?
Yeah, so if you go on the Facebook Creator Studio, you can actually cross post directly from there.
Okay.
If you go on the Instagram app, there's a little section that would allow you to cross post to only Facebook.
Oh, say that one more time.
If you do it on the Creator Studio, you can cross post either way. If you do it on the app, you can only do it from Instagram to Facebook. So like, for instance, guys,
okay.
like my Instagram analytics are different than my Facebook analytics. So I post about midday morning on my Facebook business page. I'll post in the afternoons on IG. And then what I'll do is later in the evening, I'll share that business page post into my personal page. So that way I'm basically targeting 3 different sections of platforms with just different posts.
All right, perfect. Thank you.
Of course.
Oh, really quick, I just have a question for you. How do I get into the mentorship program?
If you want, send me a message, and
Okay.
I can get somebody linked up with you. What branch are you in?
The Pines office.
Oh, so you're in my office.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, send me.
Yeah, I met with you like the other day, so you told me about it, but I just wasn't sure.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a friend
I'm actually
that's
seeing your name now.
interested. Yeah. So, all right. So I'll just message you directly then.
Yep. Of course. Send me a message and
All right.
I'll get you started.
Thank you.
Of course. Anytime. Guys, I hope this information was useful. I really hope, because at the end of the day, you can learn as much as you want, you can get information, but if you're not implementing and there's no action behind it, guys, it's useless. So guys, I really hope that you guys are taking the information and going out there and at least attempting to do it and try it out. Even if you mess up, who cares? Just go out and do it. And hopefully one day we'll do another advanced thing and just kind of go from there. So I'll leave you guys now. Don't forget, we have the as-is contract. And if anyone has any questions, you can feel free to reach out to me on the chat or send me a message directly. All right.
Thank you, Mo.
Guys. Of course, anytime.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.